Hello and welcome to this monthly current affairs session of Apti Plus Academy for Souls Officers for WBCS exam. And in this current affairs session, I'll be covering the last 1 month's current affairs in next 30 minutes, right? So I'll be covering the entire national news, the West Bengal current affairs, the sports news, indexes, etc. in one video in 30 minutes only, right? But due to the paucity of time, I'll not be going into the entire tits and bits of the current affairs because going into the depth requires the analysis, and the in-depth questions are not also asked in WBCS, right? So but for a few important current affairs, I'll be discussing in detail about them as well, those who are important, right? So having said that, let us begin with this current affairs. And for your kind notice that those who are not preparing for WBCS exam as well, for them as well this current affairs is important because except the WBCS current affairs or the West Bengal current affairs that I have included in this video, other current affairs are important for all of you. So having said that, let us begin with the national news first. Okay, so in the national news, the first news that appeared in news is the Indus Water Treaty. Okay, so Indus Water Treaty was recently in news because India has demanded the revision of this treaty. And so far as Indus Water Treaty is concerned, Indus Water Treaty is a water sharing treaty between India and Pakistan, and this was signed in 1960, right? And this was brokered by World Bank. Okay, so mediator was World Bank, you have to remember this point. Okay, and this basically sets out the mechanism for water sharing and information exchange of Indus water between India and Pakistan. Okay, just that. So that's all you need to know. And so far as Indus Water Treaty is concerned, in the West Bengal questions and the WBCS exam, the hydel power projects are asked in exam. Okay, so hydel power projects are important. So in the Indus Water River and its tributaries, many hydel power projects are there, right? So Pakaldul and Lower Kalnai, so these are two important hydel power projects that you need to know. And Pakaldul hydel power project is located on Marusudar, which is the tributary of Chenab River. Okay, so that is another important point. Marusudar is the tributary of Chenab River, and another important dam is the Kalnai Dam. So Kalnai Dam is also located here in the Chenab River. Okay, so this is important point. So Chenab is the tributary of Indus River, wherein these dams are located. And apart from that, the Kisanganga hydroelectric power project is important. And in the WBCS in the past, this question has been asked. Okay, the question was that the Kisanganga hydropower project recently seen in news is located in which river? Okay, and your answer should be Kisanganga River itself. Okay, so in the Kisanganga River itself, this hydel power project is located, but this Kisanganga River is tributary of Jhelum. Okay, so sometimes you might be asked the question that the Jhelum, okay, Jhelum has the tributary whose name is Kisanganga River, right? So this is another important point. And this Kisanganga hydroelectric power project is run of the river project. So what is run of the river project? So run of the river project is the project where there is no construction of dam. Okay, so dam is not constructed, but natural flow of water is used to generate the electricity. Okay, so this is the important point. And another important hydroelectric project is Ratle hydroelectric project. So this is also located in Chenab River. Okay, so Ratle hydroelectric power project, Kisanganga hydroelectric power project, and Pakaldul and Lower Kalnai hydroelectric power project is important so far as Indus River is concerned. Okay, so these are the tributaries of Indus River. Okay, so Chenab, Jhelum, Ravi, Beas, Satluj, right? So these are the important tributaries. And so far as Indus water is concerned, Indus River is concerned, you also need to know the origin and its mouth. Okay, so Jhelum River originates at Verinag in Kashmir, right? And it joins Chenab at Trimuru in Pakistan, right? And Chenab basically originates at Bada Lasala Pass, right? And in this Bada Lasala Pass, there is confluence of two rivers, which is Chandra and Vanga. So two rivers which are Chandra and Vanga comes and they join together and they form the Chenab River. Okay, so this is the important point, and they join at Satluj River after receiving the Jhelum and Ravi River. So you can see in the map as well where they are coming from. And Ravi, it origins at Rohtang Pass, right? Source is Rohtang Pass, and it ultimately joins the Chenab River. And Beas River, it again originates at Rohtang Pass and joins the Satluj River. Then Satluj River is there. It origins at Mansarovar Lake in Tibet. ठीक है, so Tibet is the origin of Satluj River, and the Indus water is the mouth. So Satluj River ultimately flows into the Indus River. ठीक है, so this is the important point, and these are the important points so far as the Indus water and its tributary is concerned. Now moving on to next important current affairs, which is Maharatna status for Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. ठीक है, so Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has been recently granted the Maharatna status, and with this status it has become the 14th central public sector enterprises to receive the Maharatna status. ठीक है, so ये question आपको पूछा जा सकता है कि which is the 14th CPSC to receive the Maharatna status? Your answer should be Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, right? And to receive the status of Maharatna company, this should have been a Navaratna company. So before receiving the status of Maharatna status, this should already have been a Navaratna company, right? And the average annual turnover should be 25,000 crore. ठीक है, and average annual net worth should be more than 15,000 crore, and average annual net profit should be 5,000 crore for the past 3 months. ठीक है, so these are the criteria that you should know, and this is the point. So for this current affairs, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, this point is important. These many facts are important. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is Prime Minister Narendra Modi has flagged the India's first Namo Bharat metro rail project. And the places this first Namo Bharat metro rail services connecting is Bhuj and Ahmedabad. ठीक है, so this is the important point that you need to know, and it has been designed for short distance intercity travel. ठीक है, so intercity short distance travel के लिए this Namo Bharat rapid rail service has been started, and PM inaugurated this, and this will be connecting Bhuj and Ahmedabad. ठीक है, so this is the point that you need to know. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is Lapata Ladies picked as official entry in the 97th Oscars. ठीक है, so 97th Oscar में Lapata Ladies from India has entered, and this has entered in international feature film category. ठीक है, international feature film category. And last year the Malayalam film 2018 Everyone's Hero was the official entry in the Oscars. ठीक है, in the 96th Oscars as well there was entry of the Indian film in the feature film category. ठीक है, so this is the point that you need to know, and this is the general trivia for all of you, that the Mother India was the first Indian film to be nominated for Oscars in 1957. ठीक है, so this is the general knowledge fact that you need to know. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is Global Innovation Index 2024. Herein India climbed to 39th position among the 133 countries. ठीक है, so India का rank so far as Global Innovation Index 2024 is concerned, it is 39th. So that's all that you need to know. And rank 1 in this category this year was Switzerland, second was Sweden, third was United States of America, fourth was United Kingdom, and fifth was Singapore. ठीक है, so this is the point that you need to know. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is the PM Modi launches Param Rudra supercomputers. ठीक है, so Param Rudra is what? Supercomputers, and they have been dedicated for high performance system. ठीक है, and they have been developed by under the national superconducting missions with the Make in India campaign. ठीक है, so under the Make in India campaign this has been developed, and these 3 supercomputers have been deployed in 3 cities, which are Pune, Delhi and Kolkata. ठीक है, so this is an important point. So Param Rudra computers, they are the supercomputers. They have been developed under the National Superconducting Mission, and they are being deployed in 3 cities. You have to remember the name of the cities. ठीक है, so this is the important point. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is PM Modi participates in Swachh Bharat Divas 2024, right? And this celebrates the 10th year of the Swachh Bharat mission. ठीक है, and the theme of this year's Swachh Bharat mission is Swabhav Swachhata and Sanskar Swachhata. So this is the theme that you need to know. And so far as Swachh Bharat mission is concerned, this is a countrywide cleanliness campaign that was launched on 2nd of October 2014, which is the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi. ठीक है, so this is the important point. And now moving on to next current affairs, which is the National Center for Excellence for Audiovisual and Gaming has recently been established in Mumbai in Maharashtra. So where has this been established? This is important. And apart from this, this audiovisual and gaming center aims to boost the gaming ecosystem and the gaming economy in India. ठीक है, so this is important point. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is the Asian Development Bank approves the 530 crore for Tripura's drinking water supply. ठीक है, and so far as the Asian Development Bank is concerned, it is the regional development bank founded in 19th of December 1966. ठीक है, so the year is important. In 1966 this Asian Development Bank was formed and headquarter is located in Manila, and this Manila is located in Philippines, right? And there are 68 member countries in this Asian Development Bank, and major stakeholders in this Asian Development Bank are Japan and USA, which holds 15% share each, right? And apart from that, China holds 6% and India holds 6%, and Australia holds the 5%. ठीक है, and president is Masatsugu Asaoga. Okay, so this is the point that you need to know so far as ADB is concerned. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya and Monsa University has recently signed MOU for collaboration in railway engineering. ठीक है, so Gati Shakti University is important. Gati Shakti University is India's first transport university and it was established in 2018. ठीक है, and it is a central university since 2022 under the Central Universities Amendment Act of 2022. ठीक है, so this amendment act was passed to make the Gati Shakti University a central university, right? And it is located in Baroda in Gujarat, right? So this is the important point, and the former name of this Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya was the National Rail and Transportation Institute. ठीक है, so the chancellor is the Minister of Railways so far as this Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya is concerned. So these are the important points so far as this GSV is concerned. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is India and Republic of Uzbekistan signed the Bilateral Investment Treaty in Tashkent. ठीक है, so Bilateral Investment Treaty basically provides the protection to the investors in the country, right, so as to facilitate the investment, and this has been recently signed between India and Republic of Uzbekistan. ठीक है, so in the exam will be asked that the BIT has been signed between India and which country recently, right? You have to know that it has been signed with Uzbekistan. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is Amazon partners with Ministry of Labor and Employment to expand job opportunities through the National Career Service Portal. ठीक है, so MOU has been signed between Ministry of Labor and Amazon to expand the career services through the National Career Services Portal. ठीक है, and National Career Services Portal is basically the portal of Ministry of Labor and Employment, which provides the variety of employment and related services for job search, matching, career counseling, etc. ठीक है, so NCS is the portal of Ministry of Labor that you need to know. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is Department of Post has recently signed MOU with the Amazon again, right? So Amazon has signed the MOU with the Department of Post as well as the Department of Ministry of Labor. ठीक है, so this is the point that you need to know. And Department of Post and Amazon signed MOU to improve the India's e-commerce and logistics. ठीक है, so e-commerce के सेक्टर में ये साइन किया गया. So far as next current affairs is concerned, it is related to Chago's Archipelago or Diego Garcia. So these are the important two islands which are located in Indian Ocean region. ठीक है, so UK and Mauritius has reached an agreement to cede the sovereignty of Chago's Island to Mauritius. ठीक है, so this Chago's Island was being held by British, but Britain has now agreed to cede this Chago's Archipelago to Mauritius. ठीक है, so this will be ceded to Mauritius, and Diego Garcia will continue to be hosting the US military base. ठीक है, so Diego Garcia, so far as this news is concerned, you need to know that Diego Garcia is an island which is located in Indian Ocean. ठीक है, and it is now being held by whom? The Mauritius. So this is the point that you need to know. Now moving on to next current affairs section, which is the awards, right? So far as awards are concerned, recently the Nobel Prizes were awarded, and so far as Nobel Prizes are concerned, you need to know the winners who won the Nobel Prize and in what field they have been awarded the Nobel Prize. ठीक है, so in the physics category, John J. Hopfield and Geoffrey E. Hinton was given the Nobel Prize, right, for the work in the machine learning and artificial neural networks. So for the area of work in the machine learning and artificial neural networks, this award has been given in the physics, right? And in chemistry, the Nobel Prizes have been given to David Baker, Demis Hassabis and John A. Jumper for their work in the protein structure and design of protein. ठीक है, so this is the area for chemistry. And for medicine, the award has been given to Victor Ambrose and Gary Rupkun for the discovery related to microRNA. ठीक है, so microRNA related discovery के लिए medicine के field में दिया गया था Nobel Prize, right? And Nobel Prize for literature has been given to Han Kang. ठीक है, so Han Kang was the person that was given the Nobel Prize for the literature, and for the peace, this has been given to Japanese organization which is the Nihon Hidankyo. ठीक है, so Nihon Hidankyo was given the Nobel Prize in peace this year, for its efforts to achieve the world free of nuclear weapons. Okay? So this organization basically works for the denuclearization of the world, right? And Nobel Prize for Economics in 2024 was given to Anaconda, Johnson and Robinson. Okay? So these are the three people who have been given the Nobel Prize in Economics for studies on the how institutions are formed and affect prosperity, right? So this is the area related to the institution. The Nobel Prize for Economics have been given. Okay? Institution, you have to remember, the social institution is the area where they studied and for which they have been given the Nobel Prize. And these are some of the first Nobel Prize awardees in different categories. You have to remember the categories in which year they have been given, the first winner, the names and the notable work for which they have been given the Nobel Prize. Okay? So you can take the screenshot. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is Dhruvi Patel has been declared the winner of the Miss India World 2024. Okay? So this is the one-liner current affairs. Dhruvi Patel has been awarded the Miss India Worldwide 2024. And 25th International Film Festival Awards will take place in Jaipur. Okay? So where will the 25th International Film Festival or IIFA is going to take place? It is going to take place in Jaipur, right? And now moving on to next current affairs, which is related to the West Bengal current affairs, right? And so far as West Bengal current affairs is concerned, the GI tag is important. So recently 5 GI tagged products were given the GI tag from West Bengal. These were Sundarban honey, Jalpaiguri's Kalo Nunia rice. Okay? So black Nunia rice, where it is found in Jalpaiguri district of West Bengal. Garad and Korial sarees of Murshidabad. Okay? So Garad and Korial sari, just remember the names. And Tangail sarees of Nadia and East Bardhaman. So far as geographical indication tag is concerned, GI tags is concerned, you have to know the names and where they are found. Okay? So these are the 5 GI tags products which have been given the GI tag from West Bengal recently. Now next current affairs is related to the drop in tea production in West Bengal, right? In the West Bengal recently the tea production declined by 21%, and so far as tea industry in India is concerned, Assam is the largest tea producing state in India, right, which accounts for 55% of total tea area production. Okay? And 80% of export happens from Assam only, right? And West Bengal is second largest tea producing state in India, and it accounts for 26% of India's total tea production and 14% of exports. Okay? So these data and facts are important. And so far as tea industry is concerned, India is second largest global tea producer after China, and it produces 15% of tea globally. Okay? So this is the point that you need to know. And China is world's largest tea producing country, and it accounts for 68% of world's tea production, right? So far as tea is concerned, so these are the tea statistics and fact that you need to know. And now moving on to next current affairs, which is related to Naran River, right? So Naran River was recently in news. For this reason you need to know about the Naran River. It origins at the Chota Nagpur plateau. Its mouth is the Hooghly River, and it flows through the districts Bankura, Howrah, Purva Midnapur, etc. Okay? So these are the districts through which this river flows. And the port Tamra-Lipti, which is the ancient Gupta port, is located in this river only. Okay? So Tamra-Lipti port was the port which was a very important port during the Gupta period in Bengal, right? And this port is located in Naran River, and towns and cities on the bank are Ghatal, Kolaghat, Bagnan, etc. Okay? So this is the fact that you need to know so far as Naran River is concerned. Now about the Damoda River. Damoda River is called Sorrow of Bengal because of the frequent floods that this river brings. And this Damoda River flows through the important coal mining regions in India, which includes Jharia, Raniganj, East Bokaro coalfields, etc. Okay? So these are the important coal mining regions in India which are found in West Bengal and Jharkhand. So the Damoda River flows through this region, and origin is the Chota Nagpur plateau again, right? And mouth is the Hooghly River again. And districts, it covers the district Bardhaman, Hooghly, Howrah, Bankura and Purulia, right? And towns includes Durgapur, Bokaro, Asansol, Burnpur and Bardhaman. Okay? So important industrialized area in West Bengal are located in the bank of Damoda River. And tributaries are Barakar, Konar, Bokaro, Haharo, Jhumunia, Ghari, Gwara, etc. Okay? So these are the important tributaries. Just remember Barakar, Konar, Bokaro and Haharo. So these are the important tributaries that you need to know. Now moving on to the important dams which are located in the Damoda River. राइट. सो डैम से काफ़ी क्वेश्चंस पूछा जाता है वेस्ट बंगाल में, इंपॉर्टेंटली फ्रॉम द दामोदर रिवर, राइट. सो तिलैया डैम इज लोकेटेड इन बराकर रिवर, इट वाज कंस्ट्रक्टेड इन 1953. कोनर डैम इज लोकेटेड इन कोनर रिवर. मिथुन डैम, पांचेत डैम, दुर्गापुर बैरेज एंड तेनुघाट डैम. सो दीज आर द इंपॉर्टेंट डैम्स, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, माइंड दिस. ठीक है. सो वेस्ट बंगाल में काफ़ी ज़्यादा क्वेश्चंस पूछा जाता है so far as dams from the Damodar river is concerned. ठीक है. So all these dams you have to remember, right. And Damodar Valley Corporation, DVC, it was established on July 7, 1948 and it is the first multi-purpose river project in India. ठीक है. So India का जो first multi-purpose river project था, this was it. So you have to remember this point, and it has been modeled after the Tennessee Valley Authority. So this question have been repeated in WBCS and this will be asked again, because this question is very very favorite for WBCS ki in which model the DVC has been constructed. ठीक है. It has been constructed in the Tennessee Valley Authority, TVA of USA, right. And now moving on to next river, which is the Tista River. Tista River was also in news, right. So Tista River basically origins in Sikkim and the states through which this flows is Sikkim and West Bengal, and the district that it covers in West Bengal includes Kalimpong, Darjeeling, Jalpaiguri, Coachbihar, etc. ठीक है. And mouth is basically Brahmaputra River. ठीक है. So tributaries includes Rangit River, Rangpo River, Reili River, right, Riang River, etc. So these are the important tributaries. So far as river is concerned, origin, mouth, tributaries, etc. are important, and if the dams or projects exist, they are also important, right. Now moving on to next important current affairs from West Bengal, which is Kolkata Tramway. So Kolkata Tramway was recently in news, and first horse-drawn tram was established in Calcutta in February 24, 1873. ठीक है. So first tramway in Calcutta was horse-drawn, right, and it was operated between Sealdah and Armenian Ghat Street, right. And Calcutta Tramway Company was formed in December 22, 1880, right, and first route inauguration was opened by the Lord Ripon, who was then Viceroy of India, in November 1, 1880, and it ran from Sealdah to Armenian Ghat. ठीक है. So you have to remember the chronology so far as tramway is concerned, right. And Howrah Bridge connection, Howrah Bridge was connected to this tramway, and the Calcutta and Howrah section was connected in February 1943. ठीक है. And this tramway, the Calcutta Tramway Company, was nationalized in the year 1976 in November 8. ठीक है. So now this is a nationalized company, right. You have to remember this point. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is Marathi, Bengali, Pali, Prakrit and Assamese have recently got the classical language status. ठीक है. So classical language status have been given to Bengali language finally. And with the inclusion of these languages as classical language, the total number of classical languages in India is 11, right. Initially the classical language in India was 6. Before this, the classical language, the number of classical languages in India were 6. Now it has been taken to 11. ठीक है. And these are the classical languages in India: Tamil, Sanskrit, Telugu, Kannada, right, Malayalam, Odia. And Tamil was given the classical language status in 2004. And Tamil was also the first language to be accorded the classical language status in India. ठीक है. So these are the points that you need to know. Classical language status have been granted to Bengali as well. Now next current affairs is related to Mithun Chakraborty, because he have been nominated for the highest civilian honor, which is the Dada Saheb Phalke Lifetime Achievement Award for 2022. ठीक है. And so far as Mithun Chakraborty is concerned, he will receive the 54th National Dada Saheb Phalke Award. ठीक है. So this is the 54th Dada Saheb Phalke Award that he will be receiving. And last year the Wahida Rahman got this Dada Saheb Phalke Award. ठीक है, for 2021, right. So before this the Dada Saheb Phalke Award was awarded to Wahida Rahman, right. So previous Dada Saheb Phalke Award is also important. And Mithun Chakraborty will be awarded the Dada Saheb Phalke Award in the 78th National Film Award ceremony. ठीक है. So this is also important, 78th National Film Award ceremony. And so far as Mithun Chakraborty is concerned, he has won 3 national awards, right. And in 2024 he also received the Padma Bhushan, ठीक है, which is the 3rd highest civilian honor in India, right. So these are the important current affairs from West Bengal. Now we are running out of time, right. We have very less time and many more current affairs to cover, right. And now international current affairs is there. In the international current affairs, India extends the US $50 million budgetary support to Maldives, right. And so far as Maldives is concerned, the capital is Malé, currency is Rufiya, president is Mohammad Maizu. ठीक है. And apart from this, the Jordan became the first country to eliminate leprosy, right? And Nima Rinji Sherpa from mountaineer has climbed all the 14 peaks which are 8,000 meters in height, right? And he has become the youngest person to do so, right? Now moving on to next current affairs, which is China's Anaconda Strategy. So what is Anaconda Strategy? Anaconda Strategy is basically squeezing another country without the use of force, okay? So surrounding another country without the use of force, that is being adopted by China in Taiwan. So just remember the Anaconda Strategy, which is the strategy of slow and squeezing tactic of China, right? And it has been applied by China in Taiwan. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is Hurricane Milton recently threatened the Florida coast, right? So just remember that the Hurricane Milton recently appeared in US coast. Hurricane Milton, remember the name, right? Nepal's President Ramachandra Paudel recently appointed Prakash Mani Singh Rawat as the Chief Justice of Nepal, right? So new Chief Justice of Nepal is the Prakash Man Singh Rawat, and the President of Nepal is Ramachandra Paudel. You have to remember this point. And Nepal, India and Bangladesh signed the tripartite agreement to enable the cross-border electricity trade, boosting the regional cooperation. Okay, so the regional cooperation trade or the tripartite agreement was signed between Nepal, India and Bangladesh related to the electricity and trade. Okay, now moving on to next current affairs, which relates to summits in news, right? Summits in news में important news था, which is the third World Food India Summit. So recently this was held in New Delhi, and New Delhi previously hosted the first edition in 2017 and second edition was held in 2023. Okay, so this is the third edition, and fourth edition of Global Bio India Summit 2024 was also held in New Delhi, right? And fourth edition of Global Bio India 2024 successfully concluded after showcasing India's biggest biotech prowess, right? And the theme of this year's summit was biotech innovation and biomanufacturing. Okay, and South Korea was the country of partner, right? So this is the point that you need to know. Next important current affairs is related to 8th Kala Mahotsav. Recently it was inaugurated by President Draupadi Murmu and it was held in Rashtrapati Nilayam in Telangana, right? And the event focused on art and culture of northeastern states. Okay, so 8th Kala Mahotsav, it was held in Rashtrapati Nilayam in Telangana, and focus state was the northeastern states. Okay, art and culture of north states. International WAS conference, right? So Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation organized the International WAS conference from the September 17 to September 19, right, during the 8th India Water Week, which was held in New Delhi. Okay, so 8th India Water Week was held in September. You have to remember this point. And theme of this WAS conference was sustaining rural water supply, emphasizing knowledge exchange and innovations. Okay, so this is the theme that you need to know. Next important summit is related to World Audiovisual Summit, which is the WAVE Summit, and this will be held from February 5 to February 9, right? And this will focus on animation, visual effects, gaming and comics. Okay, so this is the point that you need to know. Now next important current affairs is related to 4th Global Renewable Energy Investors Meet, which is the 4th Reinvest, okay, and this will be held in Gandhinagar, Gujarat in September 16 to 18, right, 2024, and this event was organized by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Okay, so next current affairs is related to indexes in news, right? So we don't have much time left now, and these are the important indexes, right? So indexes are the Global Hunger Index 2024. Rank of India was 105th, right, and it was topped by US. And next important is the Zepto retains the first place in LinkedIn 2024, India's top startup, right? So India's top startup became the Zepto in India. The State of Food Safety Index, right? In this index, the Kerala has topped. And apart from this, next the index in news is IMD World Talent Ranking 2024. Okay, in this rank, the Switzerland has topped, right? And India has ranked 58th. And next is the FATF Mutual Evaluation Report in India. Okay, so FATF, which is the Financial Action Task Force, has placed India as regular follow-up category, right? And FATF was founded in 1989. Okay. So now next current affairs is related to banking and finance. We'll quickly cover the banking and finance as well, right? So UPI का जो transaction limit है, that has been now increased to 5 lakh rupees, right? Initially this limit was 1 lakh only, right? And NPCI, so far as National Payment Corporation of India is concerned, it was founded in 2008 under the Payment and Settlement Act of 2007. Okay, so this is it. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is LIC selects Infosys as digital platforms development. ठीक है, so digital platform development के लिए Infosys को select किया गया है LIC द्वारा. ठीक है, just remember this point. Now next important current affairs is related to IBBA, which is the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. IBBA has recently celebrated the 8th annual day, right? So Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India was established in 1st of October 2016 under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code of 2016. ठीक है, so IBBC code के तहत ये IBBA बनाया गया था. Just remember this point, right? Now moving on to next current affairs, which is Bank of Baroda introduced the Aditi General AI powered virtual relationship manager. ठीक है, so Gen AI, just remember this, Gen AI has been recently launched by Bank of Baroda, right? And this is the AI powered the virtual relationship manager, right? And about the Bank of Baroda, it was founded in 1908 and headquarters is located in Vadodara. MD and CEO Devadatta Chand, Chairman Hasmukh Adia, tagline India's International Bank. ठीक है. Now moving on to next section of current affairs, which is the defense related current affairs, right? We'll quickly cover this current affairs as well, right? And the first phase of 2024 Army Commanders Conference recently concluded in Gangtok, right? So this is the second edition of the Army's Commander Conference, which is being held in Gangtok. ठीक है, and indigenous aircraft carrier INS Vikrant recently joined the Western Naval Fleet. ठीक है, so INS Vikrant is important indigenous aircraft carrier, right? And this was built by Cochin Shipyard Limited. So this is also important point, and this was commissioned in 2022. ठीक है, and this has joined the Western Naval Command. ठीक है. And next current affairs is related to 8th edition of India Kazakhstan military exercise, which is the exercise Kazin. ठीक है, so this is the 8th edition of the exercise, and this military exercise is being conducted in Auli in Uttarakhand, right? And this is the annual exercise, and this was first held in 2016. ठीक है, so first where it was held, when it was held, and where it is being held, and which edition it is important, right? Now moving on to next current affairs, which is DRDO and IIT Delhi developed the Aade bulletproof jacket. ठीक है, just remember this, Aade, ABHED, this is a bulletproof jacket, and this is being developed by DRDO and IIT Delhi. ठीक है, and next important current affairs is Malabar 2024 exercise, right? So Malabar 2024 exercise is taking place from October 8 to October 18 in Visakhapatnam in India. ठीक है. And next important current affairs is military nursing service, which is MNS 99th rising day. ठीक है, so it was established in 1926. So the MNS, which is the military nursing service, was established in 1926. Next is the Navika Sagar Parikrama 2, right? So this is the second edition of Navika Sagar Parikrama, which is being held, and the first edition was held from 2017 to 18, right? Wherein 6 members participated, all women members were there. And Navika Sagar Parikrama 2 is all women expedition, which is led by Lieutenant Commodore Rupa A and the Commodore Dilna K. ठीक है, so they are basically circumnavigating the world. Now moving on to next current affairs, which is related to appointment in news, right? Recent appointments are also important. So these are the list of important appointments which were made in October 2024. You just remember these names, right? You can take the screenshots. Now going into the important dates and theme, right? So these are the important dates and the name of the day as well as the theme, right? So you have to remember the name of the day as well as the theme, right? So you can take the screenshots here. Now quickly covering the sports current affairs as well. Recently India wins men's Asia Hockey Championship trophy for the 5th round. ठीक है, so for the 5th time India's men's hockey team has won the Asia's Hockey Championship, and Jasprit Bumrah has become the 10th Indian bowler to reach the 400 international wicket. ठीक है, so this is important point. Next important current affairs is about the Commonwealth Games 2026. So this will be held in Glasgow, and previously as well Glasgow held the Commonwealth Games in 2022. ठीक है, and next important current affairs is India to host the ISF Junior World Cup in 2025. So in the 2025 India will be hosting the ISF Junior World Cup, right? Now moving on to next current affairs, Spanish footballer Andres Iniesta has recently retired from the professional football. ठीक है, just remember the Andres Iniesta who is from Spain, right? And Rafael Nadal has also announced the retirement from the professional tennis, right? And Kamal Chawla has recently won the gold IBSF World 6 Raid Snooker Championship in Ulaanbaatar, right? And India recently won the South Asian Football Federation's Under 17 Championship, and this was recently held in Thimphu in Bhutan. And in this game, India won Bangladesh. And Punjab has recently won the Juniors Men's Hockey National Championship. Okay, so these are the important current affairs that you need to know. So these are the important current affairs that I covered from the current affairs for the Apti Plus Academies for Civil Officers for the month of October, right? I hope this current affairs will be useful to all of you. So having said that, I am concluding this session. We'll meet again in the next video. Till then, take care. Thank you.